So the Jag. It's been in the reworks for a bit of a long time now. By the way, I learned how to do voiceovers, so thank you all to you guys for helping me, even though no one helped me. Anyway, the Jag. It's actually insanely good if you think about it. Here are its current stats. So, in case if you haven't heard, Team Fortress 2 is getting one more update, one more major update, the biggest update it's ever getting, and that's going to be it. Valve's going to leave it in the dust. So this video will probably be old, archived as maybe a game that doesn't even exist anymore probably by that time. But here are the current stats of the Jag. Its construction hit speed boost is increased by 30%. It has a plus 15% faster firing speed, but the downside to this is that it has a 20% slower repair rate, a minus 25% damage penalty, and a minus 33 damage penalty versus buildings. What this means is that it's not meant to be used as a combat weapon. It was never meant to be used as a combat weapon. It was more suitable to be used for building your buildings. That's what it was used for. That's what it was meant for. People using the Jag will only use it on their buildings because they know of how it works. So basically, the Jag gives the player the ability to build faster in exchange for less repair and damage. So when you're playing engineer using the Jag, once you look at the stats, you realize that it's only upsides are to help build your buildings, and if you do an aggressive playstyle like I do every once in a while, you'll know that yeah, I am the one to abuse the fact that I have a faster building speed than most other players. So yeah, that's a thing. It's available in unique, strange, decorated, or collector's quality. Basically, unique, meaning it has some kind of stat that separates it from the rest. Strange means that it has a ranking system associated to it, meaning that since it has a strange thing on it, let's say you get enough kills on it to the point where it says that you have a rank on it. That's basically what it does. It can go from fiercely lethal to scarcely lethal to a whole lot of stuff. Decorated is just war paints and festivizers. That's really it. Collectors is vintage, basically. Vintage or unique, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. Since its release on December 17th, 2010 during the Australian Christmas event, it's been one of the better wrenches that I've seen. It's been through the rework table a couple bit of times, not as much as the Pretty Boy's pocket pistol, but still been through the rework table. So the only way to get it is through item drops, purchasing it, creating the number 28 Strange crate, the chemistry set, collectors, and getting it from a war paint, which is what I ended up doing. Its base damage at point blank range is 49. Of course, it gives a construction speed of 30% and a firing speed of 15%. Now then, here's where I had to do some math. The repair ratio for each building is different for the Jag. Since it takes 3 swings to disable sappers, it's going to take 3 swings to repair fully damaged buildings. And this is the reason why I had to do some math here. For dispensers, sentries, and teleporters, not sentries with the Wrangler, I'll go ahead and get into that in a second here. But regular dispensers, sentries, and teleporters cost 27 metal in exchange for 45 health on said building if it's level 1, 54 health on said building if it's level 2, and 65 health on said building if it was level 3. Now let's get into the sentries with the Wrangler. The math on this one was a bit hard. Not only did I have to multiply it by a third, but I also had to multiply it by 66%, which is the amount of repair fall off the Wrangler gives after using it. and so basically it costs 8 metal to give said building 30 health, level 1, 36 health to said building, level 2, and 43 health to said building for level 3. So not really much of a big impact, but still really good. Its damage versus buildings is 32, which is lower than the average. Damage versus players is 49, which, honestly, I don't know why you use this thing for a melee weapon. Just use it for constructing your buildings. That's literally all you need to use it for. Damage versus sappers? I got you. 43%. Does it have random crits? Yes, it does. The critical for it is 149. A mini crit is 66. And the upgrade amount for each building is 25 metal. It's available in medieval, casual, and competitive lobbies. If you're using the Jag for the first time, you might think, oh hey, look, a bad weapon. Oh my gosh. Ah, no, another bad weapon. Well, I'll tell you. Have you actually used the Jag before? The Jag can be really powerful if you use it correctly and use it to your advantage. That's what I did. I ended up using it to my advantage, and I ended up winning a couple bit of matches. And with all that being said, the Jag is used for building sentries, dispensers, and teleporters faster. That's what it's meant for. It's meant for building your buildings faster, but with a fall off of less damage to basically everything. So, anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. See y'all next time. Goodbye.